Welcome back, fellow stackers. Silver Gold Man here with another edition of Silver Gold and much more. Great news here, folks. Today's date is Monday, November 17, 2014. And by the way, if you're wondering why I have my Connecting Dots 2 avatar there, it's because I'm uploading a video right now on chemtrailing that's taking place over the city of Victoria today. And so while that video is uploaded, I figured I'd make a video on something that I've been talking about from the very beginning. In case you're new here, this is a brand new YouTube channel, Silver Gold Man. But basically a month ago, a little over a month ago, I think this is a month and 2 weeks now I've been uploading videos. In that very first video was saying, watch out folks, we're going to see radioactive prices of gold and silver and stock market collapse possibly coming up. I still feel strongly about that, and I'll share with you some more information because that very first video was telling you don't stack yet. Hang tight. We're going to see lower prices. As many of you have noticed here, everyone else here on YouTube has been telling you, the old fearmonger, we're running out of silver, we're running out of gold, and it's basically, I'm the only person here at Silver Gold Man where I've been telling you, hang tight, don't buy into their bullshit. It's all part of this Silver Shield network. And I can see by the videos here in the comments and the number of people subscribing that many of you have woken up to this master scam here that's taking place. And yeah, what can I say? These last three videos are hard hitting, and I've been warning about this lower price, hang tight, don't stack yet. But if you want to go ahead, as I mentioned many times, I'm not a licensed financial advisor. I'm just a passionate stacker who has a long history of predicting the markets. And if you want to hear again what I've done here, or some of it, I haven't posted everything, but yeah, a month ago I uploaded this video, Silver versus Bitcoins. Check it out on my YouTube channel. You'll have an idea of what I've done here on YouTube since 2008. So moving along here. Information regarding the Swiss gold referendum, folks. I've been looking every night here, looking for information on the Swiss gold referendum. Nothing but the same stories. Finally, today, Reuters reports from the bank itself, directly from the bank, Switzerland's gold holdings at the November 30th referendum won't necessarily lift bullion prices, is what the bank is saying. Yeah, Deutsche Bank. Of course not. That's what they're saying, right? I've been saying the opposite. Okay, and they go on to say that there's a considerable chance that the motion would pass. First time we hear a bank talking in a positive note here that the referendum will pass. I can't believe it. But here's the best part of it. It goes on to say here, if you follow these stories, as you can see by the date, this is fresh off the press here. I got two stories here, but this is the first one. The bank goes on to say here, it's going to, some of the tactics that it will take to make sure that it, according to its wording, will cushion gold prices. Cushion, aka control, aka manipulate. That's right, because they know that the gold referendum yes vote will impact. Okay, it will lift the bullions up, just like I said. Watch out here. You're going to have a major buying opportunity in my perspective, and my point of view here, coming November 30th and November 25th. And until November 30th, you should see the lowest prices of gold and silver here. Yeah, I don't think we'll ever come down as any lower thereafter, but I could be wrong. As I said, I'm not a specialist, and there's no one that ever gets it 100% right all the time. But if you go see my track record, I've called the lows in silver many times, numerous years here. I missed only 2011 when I went across Canada doing that radiation tour, and I wasn't making videos on gold and silver. But regardless, we're hitting an all-time low coming up, I believe, and this could be an opportunity for you to jump on, because the bank's admitting it's going to do everything it can to cushion. Okay? So they know it's going to blast off. It's going to lift off, even though they start off the story with telling you it's not going to have an impact. Okay, but let's go on here. It goes on to say some of the other tricks, that also may be carried out are, via private transactions or minimizing market, disruption. They're concerned. As I said here, we're going to have problems in the markets. That's why I said I believe that we could be seeing a market crash shortly thereafter or before this election. So hang tight here. It goes on to say with other options is using gold swaps. That's right, to window dress. It's upfront about its scam here, or its manipulation. Sorry, it's cushioning options. So it's going to window dress its balance sheet with, just buying gold swaps instead of actually buying physical gold, which is what the people are voting. They're not voting for 20% gold swaps or futures. They want physical gold, okay? And the other one, the futures contracts, the reason why they're staying out of that is because when you buy futures contracts, well, it affects the price moving forward because they can see that so many contracts of gold have been bought at this price. So by doing their window dressing, they're going to get away here, was what they're hoping. But regardless, in the minds of anyone with any common sense will realize that this will be an ongoing spreading fever, is the way I see it, across many countries, many nations. People will realize gold is real, paper is crap. So it goes on to say here that, it would add marginal cost of balance sheet expansions. They're absolutely lying, and they're saying they're going to use more aggressive ways. Absolutely, they have to do everything they can here. They're concerned about this cap here that they set up because now recently, again, euro fell. $1.20 francs on Monday, its lowest since September 2012. So the next story, is I'm not going to read the entire thing. The links are down below, but I want to here's a sign, by the way, they see in Switzerland as they're walking around town, going to the bus to work every day. So in the story here, it says again, renewed weakness in the Eurozone and the European Central Bank's readiness to use radical measures to kickstart the economy. And that's what's fired up the demand for the franc, is what they're saying. I don't think so. I think it has to do with the gold referendum and the fact that the franc will be pegged with gold again, once again, 20% gold, if the referendum goes through, which I believe will go through. So let's jump into the guts of this one here. And you may notice here it goes on to say here that they believe that these interventions is what will break the neck of speculations. Basically, they're saying that it's all speculations, and that's why the Swiss franc is going up, when in fact I think it's just common sense investors that understand that if it gets pegged with gold, yes, the Swiss franc will regain its strength one more time here in the world. So another thing that goes on to say here that they're not about to let this go by, folks. I'm telling you, they're very concerned. They say here that it is possible that the Swiss National Bank intervenes in coming days or weeks, but we would not expect the same level of interventions, manipulations, cushioning as in 2012, he said, Maxime Botteron from the Credit Suisse economist. So they're very concerned, and here's another great one here. He goes on to say, he goes on to say here, we really don't see any inflationary pressure yet, even for the next 1 or 2 years, so there is no real limit to balance sheet expansion, said Botteron. From our point of view, the exchange rate floor brings more benefits than costs. This could change quickly if the nation votes on November 30th to oblige the central bank to hold at least 20% of its reserves in gold, up from 7% currently. However, the polls show limited support. Then it goes on to say that Swiss National Bank Chairman Thomas Jordan here has gone out of his way to warn of the risks attached to the proposal. Yeah, boy, there's Jonathan there. Does he not look concerned a little bit? I'd say. A little sweaty there, Jonathan, eh? Yeah, so they're very concerned here, folks. They have to do everything they can to control this market because they know darn well that there's a very, very good chance this is going to go through. And people aren't stupid, when they see the price of gold, what's taking place in the world, and when they realize that the banks have been selling off their gold, and gold's hit all-time highs. So as I said, this is the whole reason why the powers that be are bringing down the markets, because they want people to feel that gold is losing its value, so the initiative falls through. I don't think it's going to fall through. So that buddy is sweaty, he's nervous. Now some more fuel to this fire here, that this is fresh off the press from yesterday here, posted in Japan. So Japan has reported today that its economy contracted at a real annual rate of 1.6% in July to September. That's only a 3-month period here, in its second straight quarterly decline that returned the country to a recession. It goes on to say a steep drop in residential investment failed to offset modest recovery in exports. Yeah, their exports are down. Exports are down everywhere, folks. The economy is contracting. I've been calling this since 2008. We're falling into the world's biggest depression. We're falling back on a gold standard. Hang tight. Precious metals will make a big comeback. So it goes on here to say that most economists had forecast that the world's third biggest economy would expand at about 2% pace. In fact, it went the opposite, 1.6% down. So yes, a very negative growth figure was much lower than expected and makes it very likely that the Prime Minister Shinzo Abe will delay implementation of a sales tax increase planned for next October. No doubt about it. Okay, I'm going to end this video here, and as I mentioned here, I got a Connecting Dots 1 forum where I've been tracking gold, silver, the economy. It's all posted here, and I invite you to join. I have to manually approve every single application because I get massive spam every day. But yeah, basically, if you're into gold and silver, the economy, this is where I post my stuff, and it's at connectingdots1.com. Hope you enjoyed the info. Take care, folks.